Good after morning, noon, after ages of the days. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. While I'm hanging suspended on the ceiling, and you guys can notice that there is a paused video behind me, I'm going to go ahead and flip myself vertically. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. So, if you can't tell, there is a recorded video behind me, because I'm behind me, yes. I goofed yet again, and I did not. We're going to go ahead and play. So I'm doing my intro right now. I forgot to unmute my microphone. Again. So, we're going to sit here and we're going to go through. If I can get the thing to go away. Go away. There we go. We're going to go through my thought processes. So, we're back with Factorio Space Age. I do hope that everyone is good. I do hope that everyone is great. But yeah, we have goofed. Maybe I'll be like the little guy down here, right? I'll be like the little guy down here. Okay. 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 Yep. I'm but a little man. Right here. Okay. So, in the previous videos, first off, I'd like to say that one, I'm sorry for the audio. Two, the last couple days I haven't posted a video. I'm just going through a lot of busy stuff for work, and I've been studying for these tests that I have to take, certifications and whatnot. So I didn't post in the past couple days, simply due to that reason. So I do apologize. I'll try to get back to the posting at least one video every single day, 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. But you know, things happen, stuff and things happen. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we finished placing all this stuff for the tungsten plate to be crafted. However, we had a few more things that we needed to do. One of these was we needed to get this molten we need to get this molten metal, right? So here we are getting the molten metal. Oh. Let's go video settings. Video enhancements? Nope. Okay, we're just gonna leave it. I don't know why it's so crappy. The quality is crappy. Apparently, this whole video is just gonna be a crappy video. But yeah, we'll talk through some things. I made the only reason I'm not skipping this video entirely is because I made some amount of stuff, and I saved the freaking game afterwards, so I couldn't just like redo everything. So it is what it is. Here, I'll make sure that I'm facing the proper direction. Let's transform and flip horizontally. There we go. Now I'm facing the right way. Okay, yeah, so I'm finishing up the tungsten plates that I want to craft, right? Oops. Let's stop going over there. We're going through here. I decided that I was gonna place. I wanted to shoot the tungsten plates right out the front here. And the only way I could do that is with these long pole thingies. And I wanted some feng shui here. There it is, the feng shui line. So we get a little bit of feng shui. It's looking good. It's feeling good. We are now automatically crafting tungsten plates, which is big. This was going to be the namesake of the video. I was just going to call it tungsten plates. So yeah, now what I'm thinking here is I want to buffer these materials into a provider chest, right? So that I can grab them from anywhere in the factory instead of just having to belt the line, right? So here I am putting a provider chest down. Cool. I'm limiting it because I don't really want to fill the chest. Just want to put a little bit in there. Just in case I have a whole bunch in my inventory, you know. So here I put the green thingies on. The green thingies, inserters. Just to try to get like the fastest possible movement into and out of the chest. And now I have two coming out of the chest because this is acting as a buffer chest. It's not acting as anything else. Here I was being a goof. I didn't know how to do a belt balancer to get the stuff to go on both sides and to maintain a full belt. So it takes me a second, but we get there. You know, sometimes it's just yeah. I was like, how do I do this? But I figure it out, and then boom, and then I realized, oh, they're both on one side. what the heck is this? And so I'm like, where do I put it? So I put it there, extend it out, and move it over, and now we have tungsten plates on both sides. So it was quite difficult. It was a little bit annoying, but you know, it is what it is. And then I was considering putting another line from that left one down to the thing, but I felt like this would be good. Okay, so this is where I decided I felt my tungsten plates were good. Now tungsten plates are good. We need to move on to the other thing, which is the purple triangles. Tungsten carbide. I like purple triangles. So here we want to make the purple triangles. It turns out the purple triangles are actually more difficult to make than the tungsten plates, because we need to make tungsten carbide. So here we will look in a second how to make tungsten carbide. Oh, I must have already looked. I know that I need to make coal, right? There's a whole bunch of coal in that top right there. 421 million coal is absolutely it's an insane amount of coal, because I'll look at how much I have here in a bit. And there's like, I don't know, 11 million coal left, I think, in this gigantic coal spot. So I definitely need to find a different place for coal. Okay. Here I'm just putting down a whole bunch of these smelters. So I was thinking I'm gonna put down these smelters, sorry, these miners, so that I can mine up a whole bunch of coal. And I wanted to put like an absolutely astronomical amount down, so that I never had to worry about running out of coal, because a whole lot of my machines run out of resource to mine on this coal vein, because this is the least dense coal vein I think I've ever seen in my life, because I don't run scarce resources because I'm a wimp. There we go, the robots are putting everything down. It's looking good, it is feeling good. We're all getting happy, we're all feeling happy. I decided to put down a roboport, just so that, you know, I can extend the area, the little orange area right there. I didn't say anything in the video, but I just kind of plopped it down. Okay, so now we're looking at the carbide recipe. Realize it takes 2 coal, some sulfuric acid, and then the tungsten carbide, so the purple triangles, also takes sulfuric acid, but then it takes the carbon that we make. So I'm thinking, where do I get this sulfuric acid from? I found my line, and I wanted to go in front of this little pump thing so that I can get the most amount of flow of my sulfuric acid. And then here, I'm just being a dork, doing my dorky thing of not knowing what I want to do. So we're just going to let it play out. Right here, I'm just going, I think this is good. This feels really good. Yeah, we're going to do this. And then I'm like, ba 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 ba. And I'm like, I'm going to put it right here. Then I think about it. I'm like, this needs coal. No, I'm gonna move it down. So eventually I realized I should just move this down as far as I can. So I put it one length out, but it's still in front of these power poles, because that way I don't have to, you know, move the power poles around. So let's put this corner down. Let's feel good. Let's look good. Okay, now let's extend it out. Hold on, wait. I'm an idiot. Let's not extend it out. We need to pump our coal and see where our coal's going to come through. Okay, so here I am going to place down these splitters so that I can try to evenly take. I mean, this is not by any means balanced, but it's going to at least grab a little bit from each line, to try to make sure that one line doesn't go completely empty before all the other ones do. And then, you know, feng shui, so I gotta tier them all, make them look good. So we're gonna go up. There we go. Everything's looking good. Everything's feeling good. All right. Cool. So now, let's place down this machine so that we can start making. The coal is what we need for the carbon, which apparently you don't make in an assembly plant. You make. There we go. In a chemical plant. It's been a while. Apparently, it's been a while. Okay, so here I go with my estranged placements of chemical plants until I realize where I want to actually put it. I also realized that I don't have chemical plants on my hotbar, and I never actually put them on my hotbar. And I'm not going to put them on my hotbar. I'm just going to continue opening my inventory. Okay, Okay, so I make like a really cool, well, I mean, to me it looks cool. I make like a really cool build for this. To me it looks cool. To anyone else, I don't know. To the million-hour veterans or the actual engineers, hey, I'm an actual engineer. To the engineers um, that are using their engineer brains, they're just their creativity brain. This probably doesn't look the greatest, but to me it felt cool. So what I'm doing is I'm putting the one inserter in that corner there to grab the coal, and then I'm going underground with the pipes so that I can get the sulfuric there. So I can do the coal and the sulfuric acid on one side. Here I do the idiotic thing of not finishing my creation before placing a whole bunch down. So we're gonna have to finish it once we place all these down. But I mean, it's totally fine. I'm thinking, okay, it takes 1 second to craft one of these, and I want to make just like a lot. That's my mathematical processing there, was I want to make a lot. I felt like 8 wasn't enough, because, you know, 8's never enough. So I was like, okay, what are we going to do here? And I was like, you know what, I'm just going to double what I got here. Okay, so boom, realize that the dang RoboPort's in the way, so we're just going to shift it up one. Should be fine, no problem. Alright, now that I copied the recipe, I can paste it down again. However, the pole was in the way. I'm an idiot, so I goofed. And then we gotta put it down again, and it actually works. Cool, I put that RoboPort down, so I know everything's gonna get fixed, everything's good. I can put this plate down so that the coal can eventually go up into the area, which is super nice. Realize I don't really need these poles if I shift one over, and I can delete the 3 that are in my way here. So I could just put down some inserters. There we go. I'll put down my inserters. Let's speed this up slightly. We'll double it and double it again, and put them down. Cool, cool. We'll listen to the epic music this game has. Oh my gosh. And then we're going to put these down. We're going to face them to the right, because I have a plan. I want to move them up and back to the left. So we will do that here momentarily. There we go. Alright, so the carbide's going to go across, and then it's going to go up. So now I'm figuring out where I want to do the purple triangles here. Purple triangles I do know go into, I'm going to double check it here. Yep, assembly machine. I do know that they go into the assembly machine, and I do know that I need sulfuric acid. I'm just trying to figure out where I want to put the sulfuric acid here. To, you know, efficientize this to the best of my ability. And it's at this point that I realize, okay, the best and most efficient thing to do is just not want to go underground, not want to move anything. So I'm gonna put the conveyor belts just kind of right here. So we're going up, we're going over, we're wasting a whole bunch of space, but I don't care. Let's go ahead and balance this belt so that we can have the maximum amount of the carbon plate or carbon thingies on here, which is good. I just kind of moved the plates all the way to the end here. Okay, I'm like, cool, that stuff's coming. Let's see. Alright, so I need carbon, tungsten ore, and the sulfuric acid. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to put these plates down. I can probably do about the same thing that I did with the chemical plants. So I'm going to put it down, and then they can go like underground or something. I don't know. So let's go ahead and select the recipe. Okay, so I need the carbon to come from the bottom, and then I also need to get the tungsten. I'm probably going to put the tungsten in the top. So let's just go ahead and put it on the machine so we can figure out where I want the power to go down. So I know that you can power 2 machines, one on either side of the power pole. So I was like, okay, if I just put one there and one there, just like this, then I can put them as close as possible together, and I can power inserters on both sides of the machine. So this just felt the best thing that I could do here. Okay, so I need to reach far enough to be able to put the carbon ore, or sorry, the tungsten ore into the machine. So I gotta put these long belty boys in, or the inserted boys in. So this felt like the best thing for me to do here. Looking, I'm like, okay, it takes 1 second to make one. I want at least 6 of these machines. I know I said 8's not enough, never enough, but I'm pretty sure I do 8 here. No, I think I go a little further, because 8's never enough. Okay, so I'm realizing, okay, I shouldn't be a dork. I should probably finish the build before I extend it. So we're going to put the purple triangles out. We're going to push them to the left because I want to do the same thing I did with the tungsten plates here. So I'm extending that. I was going to grab the whole thing here, but then I realized it's not properly built. And then I see that red box there, and I'm like, what the heck? Realize it's an underground pipe thingy. So I just kind of extended the line here. I was standing in the way like an idiot. Then I didn't realize what was going on. Then I wanted to change the recipe, so I didn't place the wrong belts in. I was like, all right, cool, this is good. Realized that the thing's in the way again, so I'm like, what can I do? Realized I could just place it and replace that one belt or pipe. Stop being a dork. So there we go, did it. Okay, I'm realizing 8's not enough, you know, because 8's never enough. So I tried to put one down. I misplaced it, you know, so poorly that I don't even know what's going on here. I'm like, okay, what's in the way? What's in the way? No, there's nothing in the way. I just gotta delete all this stuff, and then I can place it again. So I go ahead and place it again, and it's at this time right here, rewatching this video, I realized I have two extendy boys taking the tungsten ore from the top there on those two machines. I never realized this during the video, but it is what it is. I think it'll be fine. Okay, so now here I'm gonna split off the tungsten ore. I don't think I'm gonna be using that much tungsten ore. Maybe I will, but for now this should be fine, hopefully. Okay, so this is gonna go down and it's gonna go into these machines, and these machines are gonna start making these triangles. Here I'm like, okay, I could probably just copy what I had to make my buffer chest. Do the exact same thing, that way I don't have to change the chest, and then let's just push this down like this. Cool. I was thinking if you do a splitter, it's belt balanced, right? I'm like, cool, and then I realized they're both on the top. Okay, I'm a dork. I should probably remove this, and I'm just gonna take these and put on the top. There we go. So now they're on both sides of the belt. As difficult as that was, it's finally completed. So tungsten is good. Tungsten is done. I was happy. Time to take a good sip of Monster. And we're going to continue our life. Now that that's all done, we need to continue the stuff that we were going to do. What I wanted to do after this was check to see how my rocket was doing. So we're going to go down here. We're going to look at the power. We look at the power just to make sure the power belt was good, because I added a whole bunch more machines. Here I realized that the blue chips, again, I'm sorry for the quality. It, for some reason, downgraded the quality. Realized the blue chips are not coming out because of we need more copper cables. And I'm like, okay, well, the copper cables are feeding the red circuits. So what I'm going to do, let's just try to get red circuits to stop going everywhere, right? So I'm like, okay, well, red circuits seem to be going here, so I grab some red circuits. And then I realized at that point, all those robots grab those red circuits out of that provider chest, right? I'm like, wait a second. So I'm brewing here, and I'm thinking, right, I'm brewing, and I'm like, okay, look at this line here. What I could probably do is I could probably just put a requester chest, because it looked like it filled that up really quick, right? I probably just take one of these requester chests, put it here, and I can fill this line with just like blues, or sorry, red circuits. So let's go ahead and request red circuits, and this should fill up relatively quickly. There it is, right there. Boom. Robots are bringing in the red circuits. So very cool, very awesome. There we go, and we are getting blues. Nice. But I did grab a stack of red circuits, and I don't really need them in my inventory, so I'm just going to put them in the end here. So now that we are actually getting blues, the blues are going to go to the rocket. The rocket's actually going to be able to get built. Things are good. At this point, I noticed I have calcite in my inventory, and I don't really want it there because I'm not going to use it. So I just start cleaning up my inventory, throw out the trash. Everything's looking good, everything's feeling good, and I'm like, cool, this is awesome, this is great. It's at this point that I go down and I realize I have an issue here. There's something going on, and I want to fix it. I get stuck here because, you know, as you do. We're gonna move up, we're gonna look, and we're gonna be like, plastic. Plastic is my issue. See, the plastic's not really coming through. I know it's hard to see through the haze. If I would have rendered the video and then just rewatched the video rendered, it probably would have made a better quality, but you know, it is what it is. So here's the issue I was talking about earlier. The miners are mining all the coal from this area because it's not very dense, right? So let's go ahead and reclaim all this stuff. This whole belt's just gone. The whole entire belt's used up. So we're gonna do that. And we got 5 more machines here that need to be removed. I think that's pretty satisfying, all those robots grabbing those in line. Kinda cool, kinda cool. Okay, so I'm realizing that we are not producing enough coal to satisfy this line in order to make the heavy oil. So I'm gonna go into my blueprint book. I'm gonna grab more miners, and I'm just gonna put an extra line. At this time, I'm realizing that I never really balanced this properly. I just kind of added them to the line, which is terrible. Also, it's facing in the wrong direction, and I realized that here in a second. I'm like, wow, they're facing the wrong way. And I'm like, wait, hold on. I want to put reds because all the rest of it's made in reds. So, of course, my robots are super efficient. They place it all down, so they're going to have to replace these. But it's okay. They're robots. They'll do it. And they won't get mad. Okay, so I don't really care how everything's going on. I just want more coal to be going down here, so I just kind of put it onto the next line. So I probably made my little coal thing less efficient, but, you know, it's fine. It's okay. So we're going to go ahead and extend this slightly, because we're already using up this part of the coal, and we're just going to move it all the way to the end. Just that way I don't build on top of my coal apparatus. So yeah, all good, all great. So now that we have coal going through, we can go ahead and check on the plastic, because remember we did make plastic down below. There's my little belts there, signifying that I shouldn't cross that area with machines. So down here, cool, we're making stuff, we're making things. Most importantly, we're making plastic. Awesome. It's only 8 more machines. 8's never enough. However, 8 more machines on top of the 6 machines that I have up here means I have more than 8. So, oh, I only have 5 machines up here. So I definitely have more than 8. So we're good. I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, okay, so I could probably take these belts and I can move them up in between these 2 belts here. So let's just go ahead and do that. Have the robots do it because they don't care. So we're going up. Everything's looking good. It's feeling good. And I'm like, all right, cool. Let's move this. Let's shift all this over just so it looks really nice. And then I'm gonna underground the calcite and then this rocket fuel. Right. I do a 3 skip instead of just a 1 skip, just because I don't know, it looks kind of satisfying. So now we got resource going everywhere, but I don't really like it going on one side. So I'm gonna try to balance the belt here to the best of my ability. I'm gonna put it right next to the last machine. So that should balance the belt, put plastic on both sides so that we can buffer the entire belt with plastic. Again, I hate having random stuff in my inventory, so I'm just gonna put some plastic on the belt here just to get it out of my inventory. I don't really have anything requesting plastic, so if I put it in my trash, it's just gonna put it in those buffer chests and never get used. So that's why I put it on the belt there. So now that I have fixed the plastic, we're gonna go up here and we're gonna look. ADD, I see something and I have to go look at it. I'm like, hey, look, lasers. So I look at the lasers. After that, I'm like, oh, more interesting things. And I'm like, oh, I have bullets. I don't really do anything, but I kind of look at the bullets and I'm like, bullets go to guns. I've died a lot. So I have a bunch of pistols in my inventory, so I'm like, okay, I need to throw these pistols away. Then I try to put a rocket launcher on my tertiary slot and realize I have bullets there, so bullets don't really go into a rocket launcher, so I had to move them. It's at this point that I realize I don't have any rockets in my inventory either, so I'm gonna have to fix that later, but for now it's fine. Again, get these dang pistols out my inventory, they're useless. My robots will probably pick them up at some point, but whatever. For now, they're gonna go on the ground. I'm probably just gonna throw them all in the lava, because I think they'll disappear if I throw them in the lava, right? I don't know. I don't really know. Okay, so here with the head shake and the maniacal monkeys going on, I'm like, what am I gonna do? I don't really know what I'm gonna do. But we're getting close to the end of the video here, so I think what I'm gonna do, right, is I'm gonna find a way to kill the worms. So we're gonna let me process here because it was taking me a second to figure out what I wanted to do. I was like, well, I can't really kill the worms with the flamethrower, I don't think. Obviously, I tried the turrets to kill the worms before. Worked on the little worm, but it didn't work on the big worm. So I think I'm going to use lasers. So up here, I look at my lasers, or it's not my lasers, my power. I'm like, all right, there's a whole bunch of issues going on with my solar farm there. Mainly it's substations. I look at this discharge defense thing because the icon looks kind of cool. And then I see that the discharge defense can go in like those spider unit thingies. Those are kind of cool. So I think what we're going to do is, instead of going to like Gleba or Gelba or whatever it is, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the planet. The next planet we go to is the planet to get those spiders, because the spiders are really cool. I don't know. Maybe it's the same planet. I'll have to check that out. Okay, so at this point, I'm going in my wonderfully wonderful base. Everything's organized and ready to go. I'm trying to see if I have substations anywhere, and alas, I'm not creating substations. What's the best thing to do when you don't have something and you're not making something? Let's just put a machine down. Let's build them ourselves, right? So I'm just gonna find a random spot in my in my base. I'm gonna place that down, put the thing down, and I'm gonna request the required materials to build this thing. So I know it needs steel, I know it needs red circuits. I can't remember what the third thing is, and then I realize that it needs copper cables. Of course, I don't really have that many copper cables, so it's gonna take a hot second to make these substations. I don't really address this in this video, but we'll address it later, hopefully. Probably not, because I'm gonna forget. But whatever, here we go. Let's put this passive provider chest down. Not that one, this one. We're going to restrict it because we don't need 400 million substations, but we do need some. So as these slowly build, it's going to fix our solar farms, right? It's going to put the substations down so that the solar panels actually start up so we can create more solar power. Here I'm looking, I realize I have another gun because I do nothing but die, but I leave it there because it's fine. Somehow I managed to collect a bunch of calcite again. I don't know what happened there, so I throw it away, even though I'm right next to the chest. Because I gotta make the robots work for, you know, they gotta work for a living. Let's not get stuck in our base here. Let's go around and let's go up and over here. Check out the solar farm, because I just started automating the substations, which is like the last thing in the solar farm. If you see the dark blue stuff that I'm pointing at there we go. You need to place all those in order to place the solar farm. And as I place those, it's going to power that roboport, and it's going to place those last solar panels up on the top, as well as the accumulators. And that's 2 entire solar farms that are not powered right now, so that's going to give me a whole bunch more power. It's at this point that I'm like, I have lasers. I am going to do a thing. So I'm like, okay, let's go do a thing. So I'm like, well, maybe we're going to build something. And they're like, nah, dude, I'm a man. We're going to build it in the thing, wait for the worms. So we're going up here. Look at all the lava. The lava. Okay, cool. Let's go and place these power lines up here. I'm going way up north of all my stuff, because just in case the worm follows me and tries to break everything, it's kind of far away from my base. Because I didn't really want to die here trying to kill the worm. Then I realized, oh my god, I've had the same idea and thought before, because I placed the dang power pole in pretty much the exact same spot as where the last one was, and I'm like, wow, I'm awesome. Okay, now I'm scared that the worm's gonna come, so I'm actually gonna build these turrets slightly out of the range of the worms. And I want to make a copy-pastable like diagram for these machines. Now let's see how many of these I can put, how many of these turrets I can put in this one little square with this power pole. Again, you know, OCD, I gotta make sure that they look nice, right? So I gotta what is it? I gotta feng shui this stuff. Gotta make it look good, you know? The best way to make it look good is to put 8 in each, well, sorry, 4 in each corner. So we got 16 in total around this power pole, which is really good. And I can place them right next to each other, and the power poles connect. Cool. I was gonna build a big old box, but then I realized that I didn't have enough freaking turrets. I'm like trying to do math here, but you know, public math sucks. And I realized that where am I gonna put this? Okay, the only way for it to connect is to put it right like in the corner next to it. So I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do? So I just put another pole down, And I'm thinking, okay, where am I gonna put this stuff? I think about that, and I'm like, feng shui, you know, this doesn't really look good. If you hit R, it just kind of shifts the the turrets because I have a very symmetrical pattern. And I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do here? So I grab the center ones and I move them over, and I just try to keep them in the same pattern. But if I do this, I can take this and I can put it to the other side, just like that. And then I have a symmetrical set of turrets. This is 48 laser turrets. So I think 48 laser turrets will do pretty good. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to dismantle all of these. And I know I'm out of the Roboport range, so I'm not... The turret's not going to get yoinked from me like they have been. So this is great. This is awesome. Cool. There we go. Let my robots charge and get back into my Roboport. And now we're going to go ahead and place that thing down right here on this thing. I like my cables to be relatively straight, so I try to put it like right on top of all the other destroyed stuff. Okay, so then I'm like, okay, what's my best chance at killing these dang worms? And I'm like, you know what? If I put some turrets down. And then I'm thinking, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna put 2 things of turrets down. So I put 2 things. I put 1 on each side. Then after this, I realized I need to power these. But also after I power these, how much ammo do I really have, right? And I'm like, this is interesting. Okay. So I'm like, all right, cool. I have 800 and there's 4 things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 200 in each box. And I don't know how I click those in here. And that should evenly spread the bullets, right? So there's 200 and there's 200. Cool. So now my robots are placing all this stuff down. It's at this point that I run out of inserters, blue inserters, but I don't realize that just you know, right now. Come on, Dito. Oh. Okay, this is my Dito. Everyone say hello to the Dito. Okay, so I realized that some of the turrets aren't getting ammo, so I'm like, okay, I just need to use more ammo. So let's try to split this up, and I'm doing terrible public math here. So I'm putting it all down, and at some point I'm just like, okay, whatever, I'm just gonna throw them in here. So I just do a half, and then I do a half and half. Boom, it's all good. And I'm like, wait, they're not going. Oh, that's probably because I gotta build some inserters. So quickly gonna craft some inserters. We do this, and the turrets start feeding themselves. Nice, good. So we're gonna go up top, and we're gonna place all the inserters up here. And boom, all the inserters are placed. All the turrets can get ammo. Cool. So here I realized I should probably take some of the ammo here and finish feeding all the turrets, because they all need to get the ammo. And I grab some more because I know that I have a couple turrets that are starved down here. So they're getting that, and I realize I don't really need any ammo on the belts here, so we're gonna take this ammo, we're gonna put it in this chest, so it goes on like the southern line to fill that turret. Then we're gonna go up here, we're gonna do the same thing on this side. I realize that the turrets are full, so I don't really need that there. So I'm gonna make sure everything's fed. I'm gonna grab that ammo, and I'm not gonna put any more ammo, so I'm gonna try to save some resources here, and I'm just gonna delete these, just in case the worm comes and destroys everything. Make sure everything's still powered, because you know it's gotta be powered. And then I'm gonna delete this because it's just the same thing on the other side. Cool. Now I sit here and I wait for a worm. And I wait for a worm. I'm like, this is gonna work. This is gonna be great. No worms come, but we sit here for a minute, thinking maybe there's worms. And I'm thinking to myself, well, when everything starts shooting, if we only have to kill the worm one time, I want to use absolutely everything in my arsenal to be able to kill this dang worm. So I have all the different types of capsules, right? And I have the poison bombs, and I'm just waiting for a worm. Sadly, no worms come because the worms don't like me, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's at this point that I'm thinking, okay, let's just make the worms go by quicker. Obviously, that's not going to do anything because I already put stuff down, but you know, it's could hurt. So here, I'm like, okay, whatever. We're going to end the episode, so I'm just going to do this for real. I'm going to end it here. Hope you guys liked my voiceover. You know, gotta learn how to do stuff. I'm new to all this stuff, so it's okay. It's okay. Um, but if you guys did enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like, drop a comment down in the comment section, and consider clicking the subscribe button to see videos that I post in the future. But just like that, this video is over, and I will see you in the next one.